Hey, it's Kley. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a review demonstration of a new pedal I just built. This is the Tycobrahe Octavia clone from General Guitar Gadgets. I believe they call it the TOCT. Kind of a fun build for me. This build is actually 10 years in the making. I ordered this PCB back in 2009, and now here we are in 2020. So just a little shy of 11 years that this PCB has been sitting in a baggie or in my parts drawer, and I kind of stumbled upon it, and I had the transformer actually as well, just sitting around, and finally discovered that I had all the other parts ready to go. So I just put it together, and I wanted to give you a little test on how it sounds. It's a really fun pedal to build and to play through. I've got 3 controls on the front. We've got a master volume, we've got a fuzz control, and we've got a pre-gain control. And the 3 controls are pretty straightforward. The master volume is obviously your volume control. Now the fuzz control, I kind of think of it like this. In fuzz mode, it kind of acts like a typical fuzz or gain control like you would find on a fuzz face. But then in the octave mode, it's almost more like a mix control, meaning that the octave is always present, but it can get overpowered by the fuzz. So when you back it down, it becomes more of just like the pure clean octave at lower fuzz settings. But then if you crank it all the way up, you still have some of that, but it gets more masked by the fuzz, which really gains a lot of power. And then you've got a pre-gain control, which kind of helps to clean things up on the front end. Really, if I look at the schematic correctly, I believe it's just a volume control in front of the first gain stage. So it's really just kind of similar to rolling back on your guitar. But, you know, it still helps to kind of clean it up because the fuzz can get a little wild and crazy. And then obviously you got your fuzz and your octave. And one thing I will say about this right off the bat is a very underrated fuzz circuit. It sounds really good just in the fuzz mode. Definitely is a little bit more on the kind of lo-fi, unpredictable, gated, zippy end of the spectrum of fuzz tones, but really has, I think, some really nice singing lead sustain tones. So let's just start playing. This is my parts Telecaster running into the fuzz, into the I've got a plexi bassman type clone that I built, and let's hear some sounds. I'll start in fuzz mode. You can hear a little bit of that gating decay. Let's turn the fuzz all the way up. So with the full fuzz knob, the fuzz and the pre-gain are dimed. You really don't have a lot of cleanup. Let's see if we can find a little more in-between shades. the fuzz control has a lot of power just in the going for this is about 3/4 to maximum. A lot of travel there just in the last 15% of the pot. So that's rolling the fuzz knob down. It really reminds me a lot of a fuzz face, where the fuzz control in my mind really isn't super useful. So I kind of just leave it up a lot. Let's leave the fuzz at max, and let's mess with the pre-gain. So this is max pre-gain. %. About 25%. So some super kind of glitchy 8-bit tones there with the pre-gain down, fuzz up, and rolling down on your volume control. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, let's get to the real star of the show. That's going to be the octave side. So I'm going to flip it to the octave, and I'm going to start with the fuzz all the way down, pre-gain all the way up, and then we're going to boost the volume a little bit more. So this is that octave circuit. So I'm on the neck pickup playing low. You know, a lot of people are aware that if you kind of play up in this region of the neck, you really get those octave tones. So, you know, you definitely get the octave a lot more kind of up in this region of the neck. But I notice that in octave mode, it gets a little bit kind of random and unpredictable. And especially when you're playing multiple notes at a time, you get this weird, there's a lot of ghosting that's going on and a lot of weird octaving and weird intervals. And it's just a very particular sound. So... There's one note. Let's try 2 notes. A lot of your picking dynamics really get picked up too. Again, if you go too high, you kind of lose it as well. Yeah, again, really it's kind of in this region it seems to be most pronounced. So let's bring the fuzz up a little bit more and bring the volume down. Fuzz is about 3/4 there. backing off both the fuzz and the pre-gain just maybe 10-20%. Like right there, you can really hear this pronounced note that I'm not playing. Well, there you go, guys. It sure is a fun pedal to play with and very dynamic. Highly recommend. If you've never tried one, give it a shot. See you again soon. Thanks. Bye.